Right now at 6, the clock is ticking for the candidates to make their closing arguments, and no race has been more public than that for the governor of North Carolina. A new poll released this morning shows Attorney General Josh Stein ahead with 54%, while Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson holds 39%. However, Lieutenant Governor has stated that he still believes he can win this race. And Queen City News' Daniel Pierce joins us right now live in the studio. Daniel, you got a chance to sit down with Robinson just a few hours ago right here.
And we sat down for about 45 minutes for a one-on-one where we tried to nail him down on specific policy positions and even talked about the lawsuit filed yesterday for a polling company which says that his campaign has not paid them back and believes that they won't be able to do so. Now, we spoke at length about the economy, which was our first topic, but I also asked him right off the bat if people should read too much into him not appearing with former President Donald Trump, who held a rally in the state today.
Absolutely not, because both President Trump and I have two different groups of people that we need to go after to capture votes. The people that we really need to go after in this governor's race, there's a huge swath of people. I think about 11% who are undecided. And let's just be honest, those undecided voters, a lot of them, you're not going to find them at those rallies.
6 days from Election Day, and Lieutenant Governor Mark Robinson is making his final case to voters. One of the focal points of his campaign has been about the economy, which he breaks up into 5 pillars: education, housing, safety, healthcare, and infrastructure. So I asked, what does day one look like?
The number one thing that this state can do to ensure that we continue to be having a successful economy, an economy that's growing, is by staying fiscally responsible and financially stable.
Your campaign website talks about tax cuts and tax fees. What specific tax cuts or fees are you looking at making?
So when we're talking about cutting taxes right now, there are 3 different things that I really want to focus on. Number one, when you talk about taxes overall, I'm very leery about cutting taxes anymore right now. Now, that's something that myself and some of the leadership in the legislature disagree on. Our tax structure right now, where our taxes are right now, are in a great place. They're drawing business in. Businesses want to come here because of our great tax rates. I think we should stay where we are right now, continue to draw those businesses in, and as we grow organically, lower those taxes organically as we see revenue rise organically.
North Carolina has made a massive push to bring clean energy manufacturing jobs to the state, such as Boom Supersonic and a Toyota manufacturing plant. The lieutenant governor was against the Inflation Reduction Act of 2022, which made electric corporations eligible for direct pay clean energy tax credits. Is that something that they should be concerned about under Mark Robinson governorship?
Absolutely not, because the Inflation Reduction Act has done anything but reduce inflation. My philosophy on energy is this: it's an all of the above approach. We should use every available thing that we have in front of us to provide energy, but whatever provides it the most affordable and the most ready and the most ready amount, that is what should lead. Sure.
I want to give you a chance to respond because, looking at your history, of course, there's been bankruptcies, and also there is a new lawsuit that was filed 24 hours ago from a business that got into a contract with you, and they said that they have not been paid since September 18th, whenever they sent a $114,000 bill to your campaign. Should that not be a concern whenever businesses want to come and have conversations with you?
It should not be, particularly this latest thing, because we absolutely do not owe them that money. They have not done the work. They have not produced any work product for us. And we were led to believe that this is something that was for future work that was supposed to be laid out. We don't have any work product, anything that can be delivered from this business that we're going to pay $114,000 for. As far as my bankruptcies go, I learned from my mistakes. I learned from the bad policy. I learned to pay attention. I learned to be wiser with my money, and I'm in a much better place now.
Of course, that lawsuit, as well as the lawsuit that he filed against CNN, will play out in court. We also tried to nail him down on his policies regarding the education system. We're going to have that tonight after the game. Right.
Yeah, and Daniel, it was certainly a long conversation you had with Lieutenant Governor Robinson. Before, when we've seen him, he's been very combative with the media over the years and trying to talk with the media. And now during this time, especially after the CNN article came out, and he's down double digits in the polls, we see a much more softer tone out of him. What struck you about this today?
Well, I mean, that was one thing that, of course, you prepare for these interviews and you prepare for some of the moments that may become combative, but it was a very even conversation throughout, even touching touching on some of the more controversial topics to where he has a very tumultuous past, if you will, regarding abortion being the main one, which we're going to have that coming up later as well. But you also got to realize, too, that his funding is not the way that it was at the beginning of this campaign. Even the Governors Association pulling out their funding right after, or not upping their contract whenever it came to funding for political ads in North Carolina right after that CNN debate. So he's having to really hit the ground more than he had prior to have these conversations, tough conversations, or even go and have conversations with local media right inside our studio.
Yeah, certainly a lot of to talk about, especially leading up with just 6 days to go. And here he is talking to you. And you have a great sets of interviews that you've got lined up over the next few days.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're going to be touching education tonight. We're also going to touch on abortion. And then we're also going to nail down Western North Carolina, the response there, what he would do if he was in this place, because you got to assume that we're going to be hit with another natural disaster. It's inevitable in the next couple of years. And through those conversations is where we had a little bit of disagreement on some characterizations of his response, as well as responses that he said have happened, not just from the governor's office, but also from the media.
All right, Daniel Pierce, thanks. Good stuff today, and we'll look forward to more of that coming up after the World Series game tonight. We also want to mention that we've invited Attorney General Josh Stein to our studios for a one-on-one interview himself, and they say they are working on making him available.